Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Narrated Abu Musa al-Ashari, I performed ablution in my house and then went out and said, Today I shall stick to Allah's Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam and stay with him all this day of mine in his service. I went to the mosque and asked about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They said he had gone in this direction, so I followed his way, asking about him till he entered a place called Bir Aris. I sat at its gate that was made of date palm leaves till the Prophet ﷺ finished answering the call of nature and performed ablution. Then I went up to him to see him sitting at the well of Aris at the middle of its edge with his legs uncovered hanging in the well. I greeted him and went back and sat at the gate. I said, Today I will be the gatekeeper of the Prophet ﷺ. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu came and pushed the gate. I asked, Who is it? He said, Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu. I told him to wait, went in and said, O Allah's Apostle. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu asked for permission to enter. He said, Admit him and give him the glad tidings that he will be in paradise. So I went out and said to Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Come in, and Allah's Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam gives you the glad tidings that you will be in paradise. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu entered and sat on the right side of Allah's Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the built edge of the well and hung in his legs and the well as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did and uncovered his legs. I then returned and sat at the gate. I had left my brother performing ablution and he intended to follow me. So I said to myself, if Allah wants good for so and so, my brother, he will bring him here. Suddenly somebody moved the door. I asked, Who is it? He said, Umar bin al-Khattab. I asked him to wait, went to Allah's Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, greeted him and said, Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu bin al-Khattab asked the permission to enter. He said, Admit him and give him the glad tidings that he will be in paradise. I went to Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu and said, Come in, and Allah's Apostle gives you the glad tidings that you will be in paradise. So he entered and sat beside Allah's Apostle on the built edge of the well on the left side and hung his legs in the well. I returned and sat at the gate and said to myself, If Allah wants good for so and so, he will bring him here. Somebody came and moved the door. I asked, Who is it? He replied, Uthman bin Affan. I asked him to wait and went to the Prophet ﷺ and informed him. He said, Admit him and give him the glad tidings of entering paradise. I asked him to wait and went to the Prophet ﷺ and informed him. He said, Adult him and give him the glad tidings of entering paradise after a calamity that will befall him. So I went up to him and said to him, Come in, Allah's Apostle, give you the glad tidings of entering paradise after a calamity that will befall you. Uthman then came in and found that the built edge of the well was occupied, so he sat opposite to the Prophet ﷺ on the other side. Sayyid bin al-Musayyab said, I interrupt this narration in the terms of their graves. Sahih Bukhari, Hadees number 3674.